What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So, Pixel 4a, as you can see from the title down below, we're going to talk about this device in 2024. It came out in August of 2020, so come August, it's going to be 4 years since this device came out, and I've had it since its release. And naturally, it has aged. Has aged very well or not too well? I'm going to answer that question, and maybe you want to pick it up to use as a daily phone, or maybe you just want to pick it up just because you collect phones. I don't know. For me, this has a separate spot for me, a special place for me, mainly because this is the first Pixel I picked up, not just for the channel, but for myself. And it also has this nice redesign, like a full screen, the first Pixel to have a full screen. And that's when Google started to slowly change their design language with the Pixels, and then revamped it with the Pixel 6 series. Anyway, let's talk about this design, since we're talking about the revamped design. I really love it. First of all, it's very compact. I know it has a large, or not large compared to other phones, but a 5.8-inch display, and that in 2024 is not that large. So it feels compact. It's easily a one-handed device. It's plastic front and back, and it has held up very well. It's a very light phone. I love it. I love the color accented power button. I wish Google kept it. I hope someday they bring back this color accented button, power button at least. The fingerprint sensor, I'll be honest, I haven't used it. I used it just like in my initial setup way back, and after that I just turned off because the dimple is like, it's really faint and you can barely feel it. I wish it was a little bit deeper in, but that's okay. It still is very accurate too. Pixel 4a also comes with a headphone jack and USB-C. It's got a decent speaker set, so that's good. Very clicky buttons. I love this. Like, that is very clicky. I really do like the buttons on the Pixel 4a. And this display was, like I said, the first Pixel to go like more full display, even though it still has some bezel around it. I absolutely love it. And it just has held up very well. 60 hertz OLED, that's okay. You can definitely tell day-to-day use of its 60 hertz, but it doesn't really bother me. And it's okay. I mean, with a phone that came out in 2020, that's to be expected. But obviously, if this device had come out in 2024 with a 60 hertz, we'd be having some questions. We'd be having a different discussion. But nonetheless, in the past 3 years, it's held up really well. I think this design has aged really well too. The most important thing with the Pixel 4 is probably going to be the performance. How's this held up in day-to-day? It's been fine. I'll be honest with you. It has been fine. Now, there's nothing to wow over, and it definitely has shown its age. The Snapdragon 730, not even the 8 series. The Snapdragon 730 came out with this, 730G actually, came out with this in 2020, and it obviously it's not 2024 standards, but like day-to-day tasks like Google Chrome or calling, texting, watching YouTube videos, it's fine. But when you try to go to like heavy intensive tasks, like look at that, it just froze on me. But heavy intensive tasks, like if you, Call of Duty on this is like, wow, it's not the greatest. Or if you just want to have multiple apps open at the same time, they just kind of refresh themselves. So you're going to be noticing that, and you're not going to be getting software updates. Android 13 was the latest one, and we've already gotten Android 14, and we're expecting Android 15 in 2024. 6 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage was, I believe, the only model. It performs decent, but now we're getting devices with like base 8 gigs. Like I recently ordered, I mean, by the time this video goes up, I'll probably have put up a video of the Samsung Galaxy A15. That device has 8 gigs of RAM. So, it only makes sense as time goes by. More budget-friendly devices are going to have more storage and more RAM and updated specs and whatnot. But, day-to-day has been all right. Now, if you're a heavy user, and you use this phone, well, then good luck. If you're a light user, then I still think it's going to last you pretty well. I mean, if it's just calling and texting, browsing the web, and occasional videos from YouTube, I think you'll do fine. Heading over into the camera, as you can see, we only got one camera right here, and having one camera on a phone in 2024 is hard to come by. But if you use the Pixel 4a, I truly believe that you have the best one camera phone. Like, the photos you get on this camera still perform like a champ. It's the older sensors, tried and true Sony, I forgot the number, IMX, or I can't remember, but it's the tried and true Sony sensor that Pixel has used since like the Pixel 2, and I believe they got rid of it with like the Pixel 6 or Pixel 7. Like I said, I don't remember the exact details of those, but they used it for years. I'll put it that way. They used it for years and it performed like a champ. Google has really nailed the computational photography. This device was $350, and with the results I got with this for $350, phenomenal. They were really, really good. So, I mean, even if you're going to use this device just to take photos in 2024, you can't go wrong. Now, if you're accustomed to ultra wide lenses or telephoto lenses, you're not getting that with the Pixel 4a. But for me, if I had this phone just with one camera, I wouldn't mind at all. It still performs like a champ. I think the camera is the best part of the phone that aged very well. And then design and at least performance from what we have spoken up until now. But that's going to change with the battery. That's probably didn't aged the worst. And that makes sense. It was superb when it first came out. But of course, battery degradation is a thing. And in 2024, like 3-4 years later, it's not going to perform like it used to. It's not getting me throughout the day like it used to. Again, though, if you're a light user and you don't use your phone often, I think it's going to last you pretty well. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about charging this device throughout the day. But for someone like me, yeah, it's not going to last you. Like, I use my phone for work. Like, if I'm going to, or for personal, like calling and texting friends and family, I'm using my main device. But also for work, for watching videos, for playing games like Clash of Clans or Call of Duty. So I'm using it for a lot of different things, and it doesn't last me. So this definitely won't last me. But if you're a light user, I think it's going to be lasting you. Now, I don't want to talk about the pricing, but more so the availability, because obviously $350 or $349, whatever, $350, when this came out was a great price. For what you were getting, I think $350 was very good. But here's the thing, like I recently checked on Amazon, it was still available for $349, and definitely it's not worth that price. But I've also seen it like used on other sites for as low as $149. Then I would maybe consider picking it up, but that is also a maybe. Like, that is also a maybe. Here's the thing, while the Pixel 4a is a great phone, it has been showing its age. And if you're a heavy user like me, I wouldn't even think about picking up the Pixel 4a. Like, you're not going to be getting updated software anymore. You're missing out on extra camera lenses, a better, more premium build, even though I love this build. Just the way the phone looks and feels in the hand, you're not getting a more premium build with devices that are coming out nowadays. But for me, I'm still holding on to this Pixel device, because not only was this the first Pixel device I ever bought, but this is also the first full screen Pixel device. And I was all for, like, when this device came out, I was watching videos about it, reading articles about it, like, all day. I can recall watching MKBHD's Pixel 4a video many times in a row, because the quality of the video was also great, but just the phone was amazing. And this was actually one of the first big purchases I made for the channel back in 2020, and thank you. Yeah, this Pixel 4a has definitely helped the channel out a lot. And also, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, because it really does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. And also definitely be sure to check out my favorite wallpaper packs. Right here is one of them. It's called Illusions. Again, link will be description down below. Really does help out the channel a lot. And also definitely be sure to check out my other merchandise. I have desk mats, I have coffee mugs, I have duffel bags, sweatshirts, sweaters, t-shirts, you name it, we got it. And also, just a little thing, I read an article today, Pixel Watch 3. They're working on a larger size. So they're going to come out with another size finally. I think this Pixel Watch is a little small. It runs smooth, but it's just a little on the smaller end. So I can't wait for that. But that's been it from me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.